Hi, I'm Dr. Kathryn Messegee, founder of Geode Blockchain, and I'm here today to answer some of the common questions and comments that we've gotten on our pitch deck for the Geode seed round that we're in the middle of right now. Hopefully this will help you get to know me a little bit better, what we're trying to do, why we're trying to do it. So let's dive into it. The first one I want to talk about is, this is a lot, I don't get it, what are you trying to do? Great question. Let me put it in one picture for you. This is kind of a mock-up of where we're trying to go with this. We want to have a basic suite of utility apps, and we want to have a search capability where you can search across all the apps and their content across all chains, find an app you like, add it to your home screen. It's that simple. And I wouldn't put it on the slide if I didn't already have at least 2 ideas on how I was going to conquer every single one of those things. Now, the basic app suite is already built. That's already done. The new portal is already done. Next up is the search and linking of apps on other chains. I've already got at least 2 ideas on how I'm going to do that. No, I'm not going to tell you what they are because I am not naive. So what we love about this is it's solving the problem of these apps and these chains being so separated and so siloed. The beautiful thing about this strategy is it gives people what they really need. Average users are not adopting Web3 because they don't understand how to get into it. What is it? Where do I go? What do I do? We're bringing everything right here into one place. The basic utilities get them started, and the search capability and the ability to access apps on any chain just from right there in your Geode home screen, that just makes it so convenient. And it doesn't matter who's building what on what chain, Geode wins. So you're looking for money to build all of that? No. We're building all of that. We've already built the layer 1 chain. It's been running for 20 months at this point as of this recording. We've already built the basic suite of apps. That's already done. We already have third-party builders building other third-party apps on Geode. That's already happening. And we're building this with or without investors. What we're looking for investment for is for the 2 things you can't get for free, and that is exchange listings and advertising. And that's what we're looking for money for. Why does this project need to be in L1? And we've got a few questions in order that are all kind of layer 1 related. So let's kind of get into all of these. First of all, why this project needs to be in L1. Because we are setting up the ability to search and link out to apps across every other chain in the Internet of Chains, as I call it. All those other apps. I want to be independent. I don't want to be, if I'm an L2, beholden to a specific L1. Now, even if that L1 didn't ask us to favor their apps in our search results, the average person would suppose, would suspect, would be suspicious that we probably were giving favoritism to the apps from that L1 chain in our search results. I want to be independent, and an L1 chain is a great way to do that. It's also an incredibly cheap way to do that. So then we get the question, well, aren't you going to bias the search results in favor of apps that are on Geode? Damn right I am. Absolutely. You can't help but have some bias, but you can call it out and make right. You can have a section up front in your search results that say, here are results from Geode, and here are results from other chains. Now, ultimately, if people don't like that, the community can vote to change that. And they can change that. They can have it any way they want. So then that gets to the question of, why do we need another L1? I would say, so for this particular project, you're better off with this project being an independent L1. In general, I actually believe we need thousands of L1s. I don't believe that any one L1, they're all wonderful, but no one of them can actually handle the transaction throughput and the data storage that's going to be required to truly serve 8 billion people. So you definitely want a lot of L1s. The other reason you want a lot of L1s is because you don't want centralization. And I know there's an entire crew of people, you may be one of them, who feels that consolidation among chains is what's going to be. And I get that from a perspective of, if you think that the current crypto degens are all you're ever going to onboard, yeah, then there's too many chains right now. And you would see consolidation, also known as centralization. And your beautiful concept of decentralization will be destroyed. And you'll end up with this effectively centralized set of chains of one or two. So I really don't believe in the one chain to rule them all idea. I'm more in the camp of an internet of chains, of thousands of interconnected chains. That's where I see it going. And that's what I think we're going to need to actually serve the data storage and transaction throughput needs at scale. And I also like that idea because it actually keeps that gorgeous decentralization that we're all here for, that we're all excited about. Layer 1 coin launches have been disappointing lately. Okay, now we get to it. Yes, they have. I've watched them, right? I've watched them. There's been some gorgeous Layer 1s. They launched their coin. They market it heavily for about a month. Within that month, number go up. People take profit. VCs rug the community. And it is what it is. After that, they just quit advertising. And this is what flabbergasts me. They quit advertising because they got what they really wanted, which was upfront cash. They weren't actually trying to build an enterprise that's going to last. You have to keep up the marketing. In fact, you have to ramp up that advertising and marketing to a level that you can then sustain for the long term. Geode is not a short-term project. We are here for the next 3 decades, minimum. This is an enterprise created by an all-volunteer community, here to last, not here for the quick buck. And you find that when you look at our community, it looks different than most. This is a community of grown-ass adults who are here to actually create something that's intended to last and continue to create new and exciting aspects for real users around the world for decades to come. So I understand why L1 launches have been disappointing lately. If all you're in it is for a quick buck, maybe a Layer 1 isn't the way to go. If what you're in it for is long-term value creation, increasing value creation for a very long time, then I think Geode's the right project for you. So you're trying to be Amazon and LinkedIn and Facebook. No. We're trying to offer people an alternative to Amazon, an alternative to LinkedIn, an alternative to Facebook. So amongst our native suite of apps, we have a basic marketplace app where people can buy and sell goods and services online, in person, whatever, digital, it's all there. When it comes to LinkedIn and Facebook, we have a basic resume app where you can register your intellectual property, your education. You can get that time-stamped ledger of the truth. You can have it endorsed by other people. You know, we have a basic social app. We have a private messaging app. You know, the Web 2 versions of these are not going away. I don't think. There will always be some portion of the population that prefers centralized systems, but maybe it's because they grew up with them and that's all they know. Maybe it's because they're scared to try new things. I don't know. There'll be some portion of the population that wants to continue to allow the standard centralized solutions like Amazon and Facebook and LinkedIn to continue to take advantage of them. They're not going away. We're not competing with them. We're offering alternatives for people who would like a decentralized solution, right? So when there's somebody who would like a social app where advertisers pay them directly instead of paying some centralized middleman, then Geode is for them. It's an alternative. So a follow-on question we get for that one is, how are you going to market every one of those apps? You have to market the Market app and the Social app and the Resume app, and how are you going to do all that? And the answer is, we're not. Take a look at Google. What have you got? Basic search and a basic set of utility apps, right? They don't really go around marketing Google Sheets. It's not something they put a lot of advertising into. They market the entire package as the entire package. So in that way, you can think of Geode as more like the Google of the Web3 world. Basic search and a set of basic utility apps. But everything's in one place. It's so convenient, isn't it? And that's why people are going to love Geode. Why are you building this? For a number of reasons. Number one, I'm building this to scratch my own itch. I find it extremely frustrating how siloed everything is in Web3. Every chain is its own island. Every app on every chain is its own island. And we're getting to this point where there's a commoditization of chains. There's a commoditization of decentralized apps. And that's actually great, because what happens next? The successful enterprise that comes next will be the one that aggregates. It's the aggregator. The way Amazon aggregated books in the beginning, the way Spotify aggregated easy access to music. The exciting thing about that is it doesn't matter who builds what on what chain, we win. It doesn't matter. Oh, don't you need to attract third-party developers? Well, we have quite a few really cool third-party developers already building on Geode. And we'll give them favoritism in the search results. But ultimately, it doesn't matter who builds what where. We win. Thanks for joining me. Let me know what other questions and comments you have. Book a call with me and let's talk further about it. You can get to the link on my Calendly page. I'll make sure I put that below. It's in the data room. And we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.